best 2 hours of Elvis.
Blue Suede Connection.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You got Hound Dog, Don't Be Cruel, and Paralyzed in one set. And we have only just begun. We hope you're having a good time already here on Blue Suede Connection, because that's what we aim to do. We're featuring the 1950s classics today, and I was thinking while I was listening to that, I wonder if we took a poll, your favorite era of Elvis, 50s, 60s, or 70s.
Oh, jeez.
That would split some people up, though, wouldn't it?
It all depends on what generation you're from.
Yeah, and what mood you're in that week, because I was putting myself in that position, because my favorite Elvis album of all time is Elvis Is Back, which was 1960.
Right.
So then I would have to say I'm a 60s guy, but yet I love all the 50s rock and roll.
Right.
And there's some 70s classics that I just think are the best. So
yeah.
Now, one fella who has a lot to share about Elvis was his drummer, DJ Fontana. Okay, he's going to tell you all about it throughout the set.
I met Scotty, Bill, and Elvis at the Louisiana Hayride down in Shreveport, Louisiana. I had heard their records. They were playing it right, in that one area. And one of the managers called me down one day and said, "Why don't you listen to this record?" So I went to his office and they played it. And I said, "Boy, that's awfully good." So anyway, they come in. So Scotty said, "Would you like to work with us tonight?" I said, "Well, yeah, well, I'm here." So I said, "Let's go back in the dressing room and kind of talk about it." So Elvis got his guitar and Scotty and Bill, and they just played, a little bit. And I said, "Yeah, we could do that then." So we did it that night, and he come back in a few weeks later. We did it again. 2 or 3 weeks did he come back in and out. So that's how it basically got started. Just by accident, I happened to be there.
Too much here on Blue Suede Connection. Never too much Elvis to play, is there?
That's right. Never.
We just keep playing and playing him every week, and we will continue to do so as long as you folks out there will join us every week and allow us to do what we do. All right, baby, here we go. Top 10 films of the 1950s, according to Paste Magazine.
Okay.
Now, like I said, 2 of these on the list are favorites of yours and mine. We've watched them together. Same actor, and I'm pretty sure the same director. You may have to correct me on that, but I think I've got it right. Okay, here we go. And we've seen most of these films. Number 10, Rebel Without a Cause from 1955. Number 9, The Seventh Seal from 1957. Number 8, I just bought the Blu-ray of this, but we've not got to watch it yet because our cinema room is not completed yet. but that would be Singing in the Rain from 1952. All right, number 7, Tokyo Story from 1953. Number 6, Seven Samurai from 1954. Number 5, saw this many years ago when I was a little damn with lots of hair, Bridge Over the River Kwai from 1957.
Right.
Number 4, All About Eve from 1950. One of those films I talked about earlier, it was Rear Window from 1954.
Yeah.
Alfred Hitchcock and Jimmy Stewart. Yeah. All right, number 2 is Sunset Boulevard from 1950, and they picked Vertigo from 1958 as the number 1 film of the 1950s.
Yep.
Once again, Jimmy Stewart and Alfred Hitchcock. So, all right, double whammy there for us.
Yes, great stuff.
Good stuff. Love the 1950s, and we love the 1950s music. That's why we're featuring it today, and it's all Elvis. And it's guys that knew Elvis talking about him, like his guitar player, Scotty Moore.
Most singers, if they played a guitar, would stand flat-footed, play and pat their foot. Elvis kind of stood on the balls of his feet. He was still trying to keep time, but he's doing it with his leg. It was a natural, was not made up, it was just a natural thing. And then, because the first show that it came apparent, we played the Olden Park Shell here in Memphis. And the little girls up that front would started screaming and hollering, and we did not know what the deal was. And came off stage, and Sam or Bob Neal, somebody made a comment about him shaking his leg, and he said, "Well, I'm not doing it on purpose." Elvis, being the natural born talent that he was, didn't realize it, but he had sense enough that immediately after that he started embellishing on it.
It really began for Elvis at Sun Records. That's kind of where the kickoff started there in 1954 with That's All Right Mama. Everybody knows that whole story. But it was Sam Phillips who really figured it out. He had been looking for that white boy who had that rhythm, that soul, and they found him in Elvis. And one thing you got to respect Sam for, too, is he knew he had a gold mine with Elvis. And Elvis made a lot of money for Sun Records, but Sam realized that Elvis outgrew him. And when RCA came along and Colonel Parker came along, Sam told Elvis, go ahead, son. These people can do more for you than I can. He actually gave Elvis the permission because Elvis was feeling so guilty about it.
Yeah.
Because Elvis was such a loyal guy. Sam, you discovered me, and Marion Kaiser, and you guys, you're my family.
And it was too bad Parker couldn't have had that same integrity about 1970 and let somebody else take Elvis abroad.
Exactly. Exactly. But we got to respect Sam because he was a different kind of fella, definitely. He had his own delivery and this and that. We're going to hear from him right now and let him kind of walk you through the story. And let's do a little sunset. Hey, that's kind of cool. Sunset, isn't it? Here we go.
He had a background there at Sun Records that I truly feel, and I'm not being modest or immodest about it, that gave him that inertia to go in and feel confidence in himself and what he wanted to do, and even say, even though he said yes sir to everybody and no sir, he would tell them in his own way that this was his session when he went to RCA.
From Elvis' second film, Loving You, that was Got a Lot of Living to Do. That was his first color film.
Right.
In living color there. We're going to get to see what his hair color really was, because I think it was regular color in that movie. It was kind of brownish. And but they got to see Elvis on the big screen in full living color. And he was a good actor, and he had the ability to become a really good actor, but we all know how that story went, and it just didn't happen. But he did put out a couple really good films where he got to show his chops.
Absolutely.
And then saying that, there's a lot of actresses I know that he admired and probably would have loved to have worked with. For example, in the 1950s, baby, tell us, who were the big actresses of the day?
All right, so this comes from IMBD.com, the top 10 actresses of 1950. And it's funny because number 10 is one of my most favorite, and number 1 is one of my most favorite, too.
Oh, the 1950s. These are the 50s.
1950s, yeah.
Okay.
So number 10 is Doris Day.
Ah, okay.
Number 9 is Thelma Ritter. Number 8 is Eva Marie Saint.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not
Okay.
sure who that is.
Yeah, I know who she is.
Number 7, Natalie Wood, who I like as well. Number 6, Ruby Dee. Number 5, Dorothy Dandridge. Number 4, Kim Novak. Number 3.
Elvis was a big Kim Novak. In fact, he was asked what actress he liked and would like to work with. He mentioned Kim Novak.
Yeah. Number 3, Marilyn Monroe. Number 2, James Manfield. Number 1, my favorite actress of all time, Grace Kelly.
Oh, yeah. She was classy and elegant and all that good stuff. Good list right there. You're going to share the fellas later on, right?
All right, yep.
Okay. We mentioned Sam Phillips. Well, here we go.
Well, you say you had something to do with the guy being on the scene. Sure did. But you have to keep in mind what we were doing at Sun Records with Elvis Presley. And so it turned out that Elvis was a great catalyst for all of the things that we did at Sun. But you had to have a feeling that this man had the strength and the worth within him to go on and to go on and to go on until we made it, or by golly, we didn't make it.
I may go down in history as one of the best presidents ever, but Elvis Presley will by far be one of the world's greatest kings.
Hey TL, I think Elvis fans are starting to catch on to Blue Suede Connection.
What's not to love, Daniel? 2 hours of great Elvis music, lots of fun. It's our own private party.
And we want everybody to be part of the party. Hear all the hits, rare cuts, and lots of surprises too.
We are your Blue Suede Connection.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And hit that notification bell.
We are your Blue Suede Connection.